This is for these times where I feel like I can take on the world and it can actually do future me a disservice, where I do a lot of future planning and I actually don't check in and consider my future self. So, yeah, what is elation? What does it feel like? I guess everything feels like it comes to clarity. I feel energized, I feel aligned and ready to take on the world, ready to throw myself in the deep end in whatever sense that may be, whether that's like socially or like in terms of exercise, my diet, and there's a myriad of other things as well, but they're just a few of the key ones. And this like feeling of elation is very real and very intense, but it does tend to be a state that does pass. You know, sometimes overnight, sometimes within a few days. Elation, a lot of the time, brings with it feelings of urgency and certainty. So things have to be done. And it feels like you have this pull or control over you that is driving you hyperspeed. It makes us feel the urge to do something straight away, like immediately. Talk to those people, respond to those messages you haven't responded to, do that intensive workout or put together an intensive workout plan or book classes. All of these things that are very much a thought that comes from the now. Like, yes, I can do this when I'm feeling like me in elation, but does not consider those times when you may be in a low instead. So, insight and impulse can often feel identical when in periods of elation. What I'm trying to do is just slow myself down, try and occupy myself. So, there's no need to shut this feeling down. But what I'm trying to learn to do is to give myself some less intense and less future planning sort of tasks where I can keep myself occupied and that part of myself busy, and then it sort of loses its legs. Sometimes it can mean like, I don't know, going for a walk or cleaning the whole house. Like that's happened quite a lot when I'm in these periods. I'm like, I'm just going to put on a podcast and I'm just going to do the cleaning and tidying that I've been putting off for 2 months. Just giving myself, yeah, one big task or can be a few little tasks so I can sort of keep myself distracted. So what do I do when these things do pop up into my head? What I try to tell myself when I get these intense, like emotional pulls to do certain things, if it's true now, it will still be true tomorrow and the day after and next week. I think just learning to sit with it and not act immediately is something that's really valuable. Learning to not act on these feelings immediately and trying to delay them. So you can write it down. If it's that prominent in your life, it will probably stick out and you'll remember it anyway. But just giving yourself that time and space to, I guess, let your calmer, more balanced self make the decision as to whether that is a good idea or not. The way I see it is that pausing is actually care, not self-betrayal. Like you're not letting others down and you're not letting yourself down by not being impulsive in these periods of elation. In fact, you're probably doing everyone a service rather than a disservice. Learn to enjoy the feeling and don't think that you have to obey it. Tell yourself, I don't need to act upon this right now. I don't need to decide anything right now.